Hi class. Today is Monday, August the 12th, 2013, and I'm trying a different technique of using still photos that I shot today and recording over them to upload them more easily to YouTube with my slow internet connection. So here goes. So we've been having lots of fun talking about soil biology and crop rotations and cover crops and tillage and all of those things. And now we're going to talk about the plants and animals themselves. So I thought I would do a little bit of an expose on weeds, since we're not really talking too much about weed management in this week. Here's a shot of some of the more annoying weeds that I have to deal with in my garden. This first one is wild lettuce. You see it's in flower here next to the garage. I'm going to cut it down, and next to it, nearby it, there's a patch of thistle in the place where the cows have been grazing, but the cows do not eat the thistle. I understand that goats will eat them, but I've never seen that. Otherwise, I just cut them with the weed whacker as soon as they start heading up, and that seems to at least keep them somewhat under control. So I'm going to bring the wild lettuce and some other goodies I've been collecting to the Freedom Rangers. And here they are. They if you will recall, were hatched on July 2nd, so they're about, 6 weeks old now. Another 4 weeks they're going to be slaughtered, and they're growing very nicely. There's only a couple of them out in the field. It's a sunny afternoon when I took these pictures. Most of them are inside getting shelter, but they do love those wild lettuce. Look at them go at them. That guy's even craning his neck outside to try to get some of those tender leaves. So that's one way to deal with that stuff. The next shot begins to look at some of the polycultural opportunities in my garden. This is an experiment in which I planted the sunflowers and then stuck some pole beans in next to them. You can kind of see the bean leaves right just to the right of the sunflower head here. And the next shot is the corn and squash. The beans aren't in with this particular group, so it's only two sisters. The squash and pumpkin vines surrounding the corn help to discourage critters like raccoons from coming and raiding my corn patch. And next to it, the next slide, you can see this whole patch a little bit earlier when everything was quite a bit younger and there was still even bare ground showing and some weed life, such as this callaloo that's going to seed, a weed that I like to encourage. But the squash is getting a little out of hand. You can see in the next slide that it's overrunning my tomato patch. The tomatoes, everything is putting out luxuriant foliage and not very much in the way of fruit. I'm really wondering what's going on here, and I'm worried that I might have a pollinator problem. So the final picture is what I eat for greens after the callaloo has all been harvested and put in the freezer, because once it starts going to seed, I just let it do that, and that's it for its season for this year. So I hope you enjoy this week. There's a great deal of ground to cover, as we say, and as you know now, we must keep that ground covered. So have fun with it, and I'll talk to you again soon.